Hello, 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 everybody. Happy Tuesday. I was almost going to say Thursday. Wishful thinking. But welcome to the Women of Vision show here on KCNR. I am Haley Clendenning, and I am, of course, here with the lovely
Sarah Chapin,
resident unicorn, who always comes in with the most delicious-looking little drinks, too. Always tempting me. But anyways, I hope everyone's having a good night tonight. We're missing Marie's. She's doing mom stuff. Which
is important.
Exactly. It's the most important job. Let's keep it real. So we'll miss her tonight. But I'm really excited to sit down tonight with Sarah Beck. Hi.
Hi, ladies. Excited to be here.
Pull that thing down. There you go. Get it comfortable.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Check 1, 2. But I'm so excited. It's going to be just total kind of like girl talk tonight. Hanging with the homies. Yeah. But Sarah, you are with Legal Shield. And we'll get a little bit into that. But you're also obviously a Women of Vision member. If anyone is new to the show, basically Women of Vision is just women empowering women and uplifting each other and creating a space that is about collaboration over competition. And if you guys are listeners all the time, we thank you for tuning back in. And this will be a fun show for us, I think.
It's a bunch of extroverts stuck in a room. I'm very excited.
I know. I'm like, hopefully we stay on any kind of topic because we may not.
It's definitely not going to be boring.
No. So yeah, you tell us a little bit about Legal Shield and a little bit about your background, a little history about you, because we have interviewed her, you guys, already. Just so you know, too, if you want to get to know Sarah a little bit deeper, we have our SoundCloud, so you can always go back onto our SoundCloud page too and go back and listen to her original interview. That's a little bit more in depth about Legal Shield and a little bit more about her story. So tonight we're gonna talk about some other stuff. So, but yeah, first of all, tell us a little bit about what you do.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be here.
Yay!
My name's Sarah Beck. I have owned my Legal Shield business and writing for 10 years now. So,
oh my God, 10 years already?
No, time flies when you're having fun. It's crazy.
Literally.
It's gonna be like 11 this fall.
Wow! So, congratulations, boss lady.
It's been a fun 10 years. So I started the business so I could have more time at home with my kid. She was 2 when I quit my job. But yeah, we've just helped a lot of people, especially right now with everything going on in the world. What I do is give people access to attorneys without worrying about the high hourly cost. So we have a mobile app. They can tap our app, get connected with our law firm, ask any question without getting a bill in the mail.
That's amazing. So do you guys, is it like a monthly subscription that you, okay.
Yeah, it's $25 a month. The whole family has coverage, and they have access to our law firm, Parker Stanbury, where they can ask business questions, family law questions, tax questions, medical freedom questions. A lot of people are struggling with employment issues or filling out paperwork or not understanding really what their rights are and what they can and can't do. So I've been busy helping out a lot of people navigate the legal avenues of what's going on right now in the world.
Yeah, I was going to say, I bet there's been some questions about landlord issues too with all of this crazy COVID stuff going on.
That's one of the main reasons we help our members. For
$25, I didn't realize it's that cheap.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this, but I don't think I realized that it was, because that's really not, that's not much at all. And it's just an unlimited.
$24.95, so a little bit less. I'll save you the 5 cents.
So yeah, cheaper than a retainer, because I have attorneys on retainer, and it's definitely cheaper. So
yeah. Well, this might be a silly question, but don't you pay a retainer fee regardless of if you have questions for your attorney or not?
Yes.
Okay.
So not with Legal Shield. We actually partner with law firms in every single state. So we're not talking to a $25 attorney. We are a law firm. We pay about $2 million a month too. So you're the number 1 client of one of the top law firms in the state as a Legal Shield member. So you're getting the best of the best attorneys, average of about 20 years of experience in each area of law. So if you're needing family law questions, you're talking to a family law specialist. But we just implement the group buying model, the crowd sharing. So we each pay a little bit every month to access the absolute best whenever we need. So it is on an unlimited basis. We tap our app. We can talk to an attorney within 4 hours, find out where we stand.
That's pretty incredible, actually, to have access not only business-wise, but also personally. That's pretty. So how did you get into Legal Shield, if I may ask? And what were you doing beforehand?
Absolutely. So my dad actually owned a pizza place in Palisadro, so I managed that for him. And he had been a Legal Shield member and actually needed to use it for his business.
Gotcha.
And he had one letter written on his behalf, which is something that we do. It saved him $1,700. And so he started promoting it to all his customers, ended up closing the pizza place to do Legal Shield full time. And I lost my job.
You're like, hey, Dad, so.
Yeah, I was like, that's really great for you. But now I'm unemployed. And I just found out I was pregnant and started my Legal Shield business all within the same couple of months. So not the best time to venture into something new, but I found out I really love it. And we help out a lot of people. So that's really empowering for me to wake up every day excited about what I do. And so my dad, long story short, got me into Legal Shield, and we've been working together running this market in Reading for 10 years together.
Oh my gosh.
It's so cool.
It is
business.
That is really neat that you get to do it together, and that A, you get to do it together, B, you get to be your own boss.
Yeah.
So, but that was probably pretty scary though, right? Like you said, finding out you're pregnant, not having a job, jumping into something new that you're unfamiliar with. Like, how did you overcome that? Because I bet there's a lot of people who probably would have gone right back to like the familiar, instead of jumping in to try something new.
Yeah, well, I did have a job. I transitioned. I was actually a supervisor at the Barnes & Noble here in town.
Okay.
And while I was building my business, so I had that steady paycheck while I was building my escape plan. Found out I didn't really work well with authority and people telling me when I could clock in somewhere and clock out somewhere and when I could take my vacation. So I chose to be my own boss for freedom and to really be the one that sets my own schedule and can be there for my kid, be there at all her school performances and all her field trips. So that's really what that drove me to pursue the business. And even when it's hard, like that freedom is worth it. So.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible. Way to take the leap, girl.
Scary sometimes, but fun.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about that a little bit too, right before we came on air, that she went into a yoga class this morning. I was like, I want to go do yoga, but that's one of the benefits that you have besides spending time with your child is that you can create your own schedule and
absolutely
do the fun things. So
did you grow up in Reading?
No, I'm actually from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Ooh.
Accent comes back when I drink too much, or when I talk to someone from the South. But I was born in Charlotte and then grew up in Monterey Bay area, Salinas, and we moved up here in 2005. So this is the longest I've ever lived anywhere. It feels like home. I love our community. So this is, how long has that been? 15 years. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, longer than I've lived anywhere else. So Reading's definitely home, but I've coast hopped a few times before settling down here.
That's cool. I was like hearing that because I moved here from out of state too, from Texas. So it's interesting because there's like a lot of people lived here their whole lives. And there's people that haven't, like us, for transplants. So
well, and it's always fun to get a different perspective, of what people like too.
Mm-hmm.
And you can appreciate it more, I think. I think people that grow up here, and some people want to get out, but when you've lived in the Bay Area and North Carolina and Charlotte and Waxhaw and all these different towns, you can really respect and make that decision of where you would like to settle your family and grow roots and participate in the community. So I'm excited about Reading. I absolutely love the direction the community's headed.
It is definitely right up your alley, actually, too, because I want to talk to you a little bit when we come back. We're already hitting our first commercial break. But definitely want to talk to you a little bit about, obviously, the area. I know you like to hike and all of your stuff that you do. So we'll definitely be talking about that when we come back. But we do want to mention our lovely sponsors who, without, could make this show happen. So we greatly appreciate you guys.
Hello, everyone. It's your sponsor, Unicorn. So our first sponsor is Linda Lingo with Linda Lingo Financial Coach. Linda inspires and guides women into clarity and confidence in their finances. She uses a 3-step, customized process to guide women to financial freedom. Commit to changing your financial story, create an actionable financial roadmap, and put your plan into action. Our second one is Sarah Beck. Whoa!
Woo-hoo! I know her.
With Legal Shield,
Superstar.
obviously. I mean, you're here. Do you want to give yourself a little spiel real quick?
Oh, sure. So we affordably give people access to their rights, and we also offer identity theft protection. So protection and restoration. If anyone's a victim of any type of identity theft, we completely restore it. So our mission is really to protect and empower people.
right.
So cool. I was reading about Legal Shield earlier. We'll talk about that later.
Right.
So, our next one is Jessie Baldwin. Jessie Baldwin, certified health coach. Free health coaching services. Call 530-355-5929 to change with Jessie. And then Patty Nadeau, bargain book some more, you guys. That place is a fun little store.
It is. I know you visit it weekly, don't you?
Yes, before the
So,
show.
Anyways, it's bad. They're back open, so make sure to get out there and go check them out. And we will be back here shortly on the Women of Vision show here on KCNR. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Women of Vision show.
Welcome back.
Yes. Here on KCNR. We are just having too much fun visiting with Sarah Beck, her own boss, the boss lady, Legal Shield. Legal Shield, what's the owner?
You have to give us a
Not
tagline.
owner. I mean, yeah.
So
like representative.
I have a corporate position here too. I'm a regional director.
Oh,
So if you
see,
need a
that's what I
title,
needed.
I'll
Sarah
give you
Beck, Legal Shield,
regional
regional director.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Put
I was
that
gonna
on a
just
plaque.
curse, but I caught myself. Good for me.
You're inspiring to us all.
Oh, thanks. It's a good day. But we were just visiting a little bit about your journey up here to Reading and a little bit about what you do. And so you were saying you've kind of been a little bit all over the place. So during the break, we were talking about how that's probably helped you with your business, being the new girl at a bunch of different schools. You said you went to 4 high schools in 4 years.
4 different high schools, yeah. Even in the middle of my senior year, I switched from South San Francisco up to Foothill. So
She's not shy, obviously. It definitely helps with the business.
yeah.
So, and we were also talking a little bit right before the break. We didn't get into it completely, but you're a really outdoorsy gal. You like to go hike and camp. So is that, I mean, what do you love about Reading?
Oh my goodness.
Other than the community and everything?
So we are so blessed with so many beautiful sights in nature, like within an hour or 2 away. Like
It's so
I'm
true.
constantly finding out about new spots, and just every time I'm out there, like, what the heck? We're so lucky. Like, if you like outdoors, this is such a great place to live. I love all the waterfalls. I love the hikes. I've been on a hike with you.
Yes.
Where I found out about your baby.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. We did. That wasn't that long ago.
Whiskeytown Falls.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was a fun hike. That was a good girls' day for sure. Is that the only one that we've done?
Maybe. We definitely need to do more now.
I agree 100%.
Definitely.
We are really lucky though. It is a beautiful area. I mean, we've got the mountains, you've got hiking,
Lakes.
waterfalls, the lakes.
Rivers.
It's like a bunch of lakes.
So leading into that, I know we wanted to talk to you a little bit about, you are super big with personal development and kind of continuing to evolve yourself and always learning. And I'm very curious about, like, well, why? To make it just a very simple question, like what has gotten you on that kick? Have you always been that type of person who's always kind of striving to better yourself? Or is it something that's come maybe with motherhood, or, you know, how did that come about?
I love the idea that we can choose who we become and what we can be good at and who we can grow into. Definitely was not always raised that way. About 10 years ago when I started my business, that was a huge part of our culture in Legal Shield, is reading 10 pages of a good book every single day to grow our minds, to grow our, skills and whatever we want to learn. If you're just reading 10 pages, that doesn't do a whole lot that day or even that month, but consistently over time, if you read 12 good books in a year of things you want to learn and things you want to grow into, then it can have a huge impact on your life. So I love the concept of personal development, and there's just so many good resources to fill our minds with good things, which is important with everything going on right now.
Yeah, that's interesting to work for a business too, or a company that, encourages that. I feel like most kind of do.
I love that. That should be a thing anywhere.
It should
everywhere.
be. I feel like it's not as much of a focus, at a widespread through business, but that's really neat that they encouraged you that and kind of.
Absolutely. It's part of our system for success. And I was just listening to something the other day, I forget what percent, but so many people never pick up a book again after college. So they feel like done.
It makes me so sad. I read like 100+ books a year.
Yeah.
Like I'm obsessed. I do audiobooks, ebooks, books, like, and I'm traveling all the time reading, like I love it. And to me, people are like, oh yeah, I haven't like read since like college or high school. And I'm like, what? What? How?
She's like, my little unicorn heart is breaking right now.
Literally, I'm like, what did you
I was in a Starbucks reading a book, and a guy came up and he's like, "Oh, what are you studying? Like in school?"
Yeah.
I'm like, success in life.
Yeah.
Like,
Boom.
reading some leadership books by John Maxwell.
How to be a good human.
Yeah.
No, that's pretty, it is interesting because I've always been a reader ever since I was like a little kid. My mom always found it very interesting that I was an outdoor kid too, but if I was inside rather than playing, video games or doing something else, I would go read a whole book in an
Mhm.
afternoon. You know what I mean? I've always loved reading. But I do think that college, it ruined that.
It
for
drains
me
it
a
from you, those
bit.
textbooks sometimes.
It turns you off of learning.
Well,
Yeah.
because you're also not choosing to read the things that you want to read. You are being fed, like, here's the 9 books that you need to read this semester, and you're just kind of like, if you guys could see my face, it's not cute. It's overwhelming, and it's a lot of information to cram into people. So I can understand that once you do get out of college, because I feel like I took the same route there for a while. I fell off the reading train, to say, but it's something that I definitely don't read 100 books in a year.
Not me either.
Damn, Sarah.
That's goals.
Yeah, you just upped the game. Well, you do read a lot though.
I try to read 1 to 2 books a month.
I was going to say, because I see you all the time posting about, what you're currently reading. Do you think that most of it is personal development books, or have you also kind of grown back into, reading for other pleasure?
Yeah. Well, the personal development is a really wide scope, but it's mostly personal development. I haven't read fiction books in a really long time, which I love too. Like, I have a bookshelf full of fiction books. But yeah, just different areas of life that we can pick, not just business, but relationships. Like, if we want a better relationship, we study how to have a good relationship. We want a healthier body, we study how to have a healthy body. We want to be successful in business and life. There's people that have already done that we can learn from. And for a library card, get that for free.
Right.
So it's crazy how much education's out there. And so literally anything we complain about in life, we can learn how to be better at, learn how to improve it.
Mhm.
That's so true. Do you have a mentor that's kind of helped assist you through this personal development growth? Or like mentors? I guess it doesn't necessarily have to be one.
Yeah,
but...
I couldn't even name a name, but I am really blessed with people that have poured into me and taught me, how to grow myself. And anytime I have a question, I can turn to them, and different leaders that I just rely on and love and adore. And if you find someone that has what you want and you copy what they do, you can have it too. So mentorship's personal development in itself, just being able to surround yourself with good associations that you can really grow with.
I was going to say, how did you meet them? Because that's another thing. I mean, how do you pick a mentor? How do you come across somebody that does inspire, that you can reach out to, you know what I mean, that wants to help you grow? I feel like obviously having a group like Women of Vision is really nice, and that does help with finding a mentor or someone that you can relate to. But I am curious how you kind of like found your tribe that helped you with that.
Well, just within our Legal Shield business, we have so many mentors, and we do a lot of personal development seminars and training events where we can connect with people that are doing what we're doing, but maybe they live in Phoenix or other parts of the country. So just through business, I've met some of my main mentors that have helped me, not just with Legal Shield, but with other aspects of life as well. But it's definitely where I met them.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
How about you? Do you have any that you've met like through business?
Yeah, I have some business and personal ones that some of them I've had for a lot of years. For me, like when I chose my mentors, for me, I want someone that holds a lot of the same values as me, but I also don't want someone that completely agrees with me, because if you surround yourself with people who completely agree with you, you're not going to grow at all.
True,
so I try to keep different perspectives in my life because I value that. So
that's so smart.
Yeah.
It is. That is pretty cool.
One of my mentors I met through Legal Shield, but he's actually an author and a comedian and speaker. He wrote a book called 30 Ways in 30 Days. And that's a really good starter personal development book. It's just like 1 or 2 pages a day, but it talks about a different philosophy, like 30 different philosophies for a better life, starting with morning routines and associations and setting goals. And it's a really good book.
Is he the gentleman that you brought to town not too long ago? I guess it might be long ago now, because my
No, I feel like everything's blended together. I'm like, wait, January was how long ago?
I'm not good with time frames anyways, so, but I do remember, again, like I said, I obviously follow Sarah on Facebook, and if you guys need someone that's inspiring, I would definitely check her out, because she does have a lot of very inspirational posts and has a lot of good book, recommendations, and because of her personal development growth, it's fun to watch and be a part of, and it does inspire you a bit to find some stuff. But I know you brought him here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he actually came to Reading, so he did a little book club meetup and answered a bunch of questions, autographed books. So yeah, I love seminars and getting people together to grow together.
Oh yeah, I've got a couple questions because I've seen, again, some of the seminars we've gone to, so I want to know a little bit more about that when we come back from the next break. We definitely have a few more sponsors that we want to mention. Thank you all so much for making this vision a reality.
Sponsor Unicorn is back. Our person is Josie Ramirez of Everbloom Skincare. She does results-driven facials, natural acne clinic, botanical-based, non-toxic skincare. She's at 66A Azalea. I can't even say that from the South. I can't believe that. Avenue. Michelle Lane Coaching. Michelle is a transformational facilitator of Elevate workshops and retreats for women and a results-driven life coach, helping you to get to the root of what's holding you back from the life you deserve. She helps women to remember who they are beyond the daily hustle, obligation, and overwhelm so that they can awaken and deepen their truth, intuition, and self-trust. We also have Ash and Jazz from Lit From Within. They have so many great services, you guys. Organic spray tanning, infrared sauna, light therapy, natural teeth whitening, yoga, meditation, dance, hip-hop, fitness, Pilates, kids yoga, and kids dance. They're at 2449 Athens Avenue. We also have Bev Gray with Zervita.
Zervita, the most nutritious drink.
Yes.
And honestly, I haven't been able to try it because I'm pregnant, but I have a coworker I gave it to, and Bev, she needs to talk to you. Maggie, if you happen to listen at all, you need to get in touch with Bev. Find each other. Anyways, we will be back here shortly after the break here at the Women of Vision show on KCNR. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Women of Vision show here on KCNR. Hope everyone's having a great Tuesday night. I know I'm definitely perking up and enjoying mine. I was really tired when we got here, to keep it real. Keep it real.
Same.
But it's nice to be around you guys, and it's such a positive energy, and definitely makes it fun. I'm enjoying, we're sitting here talking tonight with Sarah Beck, Legal Shield. I messed it up again. Regional Director. It's not that hard. Come on, Haley. But we were just talking a little bit about, amongst being an amazing, her own boss, you know what I mean, and running a business, she's also a mom. She's mom to Bailey. She's so cute. She's like your sidekick, too. We haven't even talked about her yet because we were talking a lot more about personal growth, which is important and amazing. But yeah, definitely have to talk about Bailey a little bit, too, because she is just...
I always picture them like Batman and Robin when I see her pictures. I'm like, there they are.
They totally are. I mean, does she go to chamber stuff with you and like all like she goes and does everything, right?
Some people call her the chamber mascot.
Oh my God.
She, when she's not in school or if there's events, when I have her, she'll come and network, and she always wants to know what kind of food or desserts are available at the mixers.
She's like, let's talk business.
Yeah, my
Mom.
spirit animal.
I need to know what we're serving here.
What are the snacks?
I'll be like, hey, do you want to come to a chamber meeting? And she's like, what's going to be there? So
let's talk about this, Mom. Let's barter what's in it for me. I love it. Getting her started at a young age then.
She's phenomenal. She's the best 10-year-old kid in the entire world. She's just really like a good, sweet soul. And we have a lot of fun together. So
well, it's obviously a reflection of you, Mama. So
thank you.
Pat yourself on the back for that one, because she's, has an amazing example then too of what she's turning into. But does she like to read too? And like, does she do?
Yeah, we actually do our morning routines together. Like when we had to shift in homeschool for the last couple months of the year, we're like, all right, let's put a routine together. And it started off with writing down what we're thankful and grateful for. And she has her own little journal, and she'll write down her wins for the day, like any way she succeeded, big or small, in the last 24 hours, and affirmations. When we were driving to school, we'd always do affirmations on the way to school. So she was in a good, powerful mindset walking into school. But yeah, she reads. She's read books about money with me and personal development books, but also she's actually just getting into reading fun books too. But
It's so cool.
I know,
love
like,
it so much.
I'm just mind blown. If I were 10, I'd be like, you want me to read what, Mom? I don't want to read a money book. Like,
Or be like, what are the snacks for the meetings?
that's so amazing. And that's really neat that you've cultivated. Have you guys been doing that together for a while? Like, is that something that you've kind of started a while back?
On and off. Like, I mean, obviously I'm not as consistent as I'd like to be in anything in life, but
Well, we're humans.
yeah, for the last, ever since she was 5 or 6, she's been reading books and learning and growing. And I mean, kids will literally believe anything we tell them. So we should teach them what we want them to believe about themselves and about,
Amen to that.
how awesome they are. So I really try to put that into her as much as she can, that she can do anything and be anything. And, she's got a good mindset, which is cool. She actually hosted her own personal development seminar.
What?
Last year, it was a John Maxwell book for children. And so she invited like 6 of her little friends from school. We had a Maxwell coach read a book called Sometimes You Win, Sometimes You Learn, and interact with the kids and ask them questions. And it was really cute seeing like little children raise their hands and interact with what they were getting out of the John Maxwell book. And then she had an ice cream party afterwards.
That's so cute.
I was
Oh my
she
God.
did her own personal development event.
She's one to keep an eye on, apparently, because she's going to do some cool stuff. I feel like that's pretty. I'm going to have to borrow that book for Elijah because he likes to read. He does, but it's,
It's on his terms.
Zombie fish and,
It's just a cute, quick little book.
like that.
Yeah.
No, that would be really cool because it is very important. I agree with you. Not only what we feed ourselves and our minds, but like you said, children are so moldable, and the things that you speak to them are really a reality to them. And sometimes I feel like as parents, we say stuff in passing that you don't think that they're going to hold on to or pay attention to, and it can really be something that they do. And I don't know if it's just a boy thing or a girl thing or whatever, but we used to do like what we're thankful for on the way to school, which I only, unfortunately, because I'm not self-employed, got to take him to school on Friday mornings sometimes, but we'd go over what we were grateful for, and I love it. He'd be like, well, my fish and this, and I'm like, well, how about things that aren't like tangible?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really
cute to see what their minds come up with. Like,
Totally.
Oh, yeah, I'm thankful for that too.
And during the break when we had to homeschool, we would do our journaling together in the morning. And he'd sometimes sit there and be like, you're still writing? It's so cute. The kids are pretty amazing. That's I'm going to have to take some pointers from you, Missy, because the kids are the next generation of all of us,
it's
too.
our legacy. So who cares how much we succeed in business or everything else if our kids suck? So she's really my main focus, my main goal, and the reason why I do a lot of what I do is to be a good example to her.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. I love it. So, in regards to personal development, I feel like you have you attended like a lot of different events? Is it mostly reading? Do you go? I know you had mentioned seminars and stuff. Do you have a favorite that sticks out in mind to you?
So hard. So I love reading.
Or favorites, rather.
Yeah. Okay. I saw Grant Cardone. That was pretty exciting. And Mel Robbins.
That would be cool.
Yeah. John Maxwell. I think of who else. Jack Canfield. Like, some really great people have been able to go see and hear in seminars. So I love attending live events, not just for the speaker, but for the other people you meet there. And the associations, like other people who are learning and growing, or people I would like to be friends with. So, but I also, YouTube. Like, YouTube has so much phenomenal inspirational videos and it's free. So I like to listen to some positive motivational audios while I'm getting ready in the morning. And that's how I get my 15 minutes of audio while I'm doing my makeup. And it doesn't have to be something else I take time to do. It's just something that's implemented in my routine. So read, listen to the audios, attend events a couple times a year where I can learn and grow in a bigger way.
Yeah, absolutely. How do you choose events, or how are you aware of, events that are opportunities that arise that you can be a part of?
Yeah, a lot of them are just on Facebook. Like, you'll see different seminars. Reading has had a Live to Lead seminar every year for free. Like, here in town, where it was live streamed, but they had like Rachel Hollis and a bunch of awesome speakers. I'm like, how is this room not packed? Yeah, Sequoia. Yeah, it was free last year.
How do I miss some of this stuff? I guess that's why I'm curious how you find out about them, because it's stuff that I wouldn't mind being a part of, but I'm just kind of like, how do I even
That one I found
dip
out
my toe
through
in?
the chamber. They announced it. So just being plugged into like the chamber or Women of Vision put on the seminar last year, which
Yes.
was phenomenal.
Which we're doing again. It'll be live streamed this year, I think,
Okay.
too, instead of in person, right? Am I right, Sarah?
I think so.
So they're working on that. I believe it's in August sometime,
Yes.
so keep an eye out for that. Because, yeah.
It's going to be a phenomenal opportunity to hear from speakers and learn and grow.
Yeah.
How do you choose the groups that you're a part of here in town? Because, I mean, you're like a lady about town, though. Like, I feel like you're a part of a lot of different groups.
I have been. I've narrowed it down a bit because I was part of like all these chambers and all these networking groups and Women of Vision, but I had to start saying no to things because realizing that's where I was at a lot. But networking is a big part of what I do.
Right.
But absolutely a big fan. I'm an ambassador with the Reading Chamber of Commerce, so that's my main go-to support group for this community and for business and Women of Vision.
Mm-hmm.
So those are right now, and Anderson Chamber. Anderson Chamber's great. I'll give you guys a shout out. They're awesome, but it's just really cool to see. That's where I hear a lot of events and a lot of what's going on. I'm part of a women's kind of reset group right now that I heard of through Jedi, which is another fabulous organization in town led by Trisha Funk. But we like meet every 2 weeks and get coached and learn together. So I don't know if you're paying attention. There's a lot of things that happen, but my company also sponsors a lot of the speakers that we get to go see.
Okay. What is, I'm kind of curious, being, if you're not like your own boss or you don't own a business, what is the benefit of being a part of the chamber? Like, someone like me, for example, like I said, I have my 9-to-5 job or whatever hours it is that I go to. Do you have to be a business owner? Do you just need to be a community member? I mean, what?
Yeah. So we actually have different community members that are part of the chamber, and there's no attendance requirement, which is nice. So
that is nice.
yeah,
Because I kind of thought, I mean, there's a lot of assumptions. I figured you have to be at the meetings if you're going to be part of the group.
No, so there's no attendance. Women of Vision's actually a chamber member now,
Yay!
which is awesome. So you guys can come represent them at any time. But
I'll be your chamber date.
yeah. So I mean, when events are back, like
True.
something that we do in life, there's so much benefit to going. You meet other businesses, you learn about organizations in town, you learn what's happening in downtown Reading with the growth and what different projects are being worked on. So it's definitely, I go to grow my business, but also to grow my network and to learn about what's happening in our community.
I was going to say probably grow as part of the community.
Yeah.
So
And there's an events calendar on the website, so even if you're not part of the chamber, you can see what's going on in town.
love it. You're such a wealth of knowledge. Well, we are about to hit our last commercial break, so we definitely have to mention the last of our amazing sponsors. Thank you guys so much for making this show happen.
We appreciate you.
More than you know.
Alrighty, we have Felicia Tortorici of All Fired Up. She's located at 1796 Churn Creek Road. She does pottery painting, live casting, board art, clay prints, clay-infused glass workshops, and more. And then we have Dana Grant, our Master Intuitive Life Coach. She's also the Modern Seer. She has a workshop coming up. It's called the Find Your Freedom Mastermind. It's going to be 6 weeks long online. It starts July 11th, and I believe you can get her tickets on the website, and I think there's also Eventbrite and Facebook. So we have that. We have
She's
Sarah
amazing.
Clark. Yeah, she is fun. Of Reliefs Trading. 100% USDA certified organic hemp is grown at Whole Circle Farms in Oregon, USA. We produce our signature Reliefs deep freeze pain relief spray in small batches, lovingly crafted to bring you the relief you need. We have Max Malari of World Financial Group, Life and Health Insurance Agent. And we have Allie Everest of Boheme Salon and Spa. She's at 961 Dana Drive, Suite 130.
They're amazing too. I think I saw something about a nail appointment open, guys, so if they haven't filled it, it might be yours. Anyways, we'll be back here shortly on the Women of Vision show here on KCNR. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Women of Vision show here on KCNR. And we're just having a fantastic little chat with the lovely Sarah Beck.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh yeah, how cute. And they're both Sarahs, by the way, and we both found out that they're both Sarah Marie's.
Yeah.
Yes. But
Because-
she gets to graduate before me because she's the NMC, so.
Oh, you're right. But we also forgot to mention, of course, because you didn't want to, but Sarah Marie Spectrum is one of our sponsors, and she's our resident unicorn, so we have to talk about her. She does amazing photography, you guys, and if you ever wanted to be a superhero or your alter ego or something just amazing, she can capture it for you. So there's your plug that you didn't want to do. Leave it to me.
I love it.
But we were just talking a little bit about all the seminars that you attend, just the different personal development things. Do you think all of this has changed who you are as a parent?
100%. Yeah. Like there's, yeah, I think it infects every aspect of your life when you're growing your mind. And like even the other day, yesterday, I woke up just like in a funk, like not feeling
Good,
it.
you're human.
Yeah.
Thank you. Because I'm like, you are always in a good mood, and
Yeah.
sometimes
Superwoman.
right?
But you can change
She's
that.
like, let's read 10 books and let's just
You can
cook and go to
decide to
chamber
be in a
meetings.
good mood though. Like that's like, but I was just not feeling it. I was camping and got back and didn't feel like doing real life. But I went to a yoga class, and like that's huge part of my morning routine is just doing something for your body or something for your mind, and shifted everything. So I also have this like token YouTube video that's 6 minutes long. Anytime I need like a pump up motivation, I watch this 6 minutes and it gets me going.
What is it? Share, please.
It's called Best Motivational Video, but there's a lot of them. But I can send it to you.
Okay, I was gonna say
Yeah.
I might need to watch it.
Yeah, hit
You
me up
know?
on Facebook if you want the video, guys.
Do you have? Is there anything else that's a part of your, personal routine that keeps you feeling fresh and happy? Besides, obviously reading we've covered is super huge. You like to, you have a lot of mentors and everything. But is there something else besides yoga, or what else do you do to keep your mind fresh?
So recently, like this last month, I've actually got a notebook from the dollar store that's
Hey.
changed my life. Like
They have some of the cutest notebooks, you guys.
they really
I like
do.
went in there. I don't remember why I went in there, but I was like, oh, okay.
When you can't feel bad about spending a couple bucks. I mean, like, I
It's
probably
also-
would walk out of there with way more stuff than I need because it's like, it's $1, why not?
Oh yeah, we went in there with my boyfriend, and that happened. He was like, just loaded up this cart of stuff, but it's also a fun adventure for kids. You're like, here's $3, you can pick whatever you want.
Right?
And so we'll do that as like an outing since the movie theaters are closed and different
I
things.
know, and the dollar theater is apparently not opening back up at all.
Yeah,
It's very sad.
Me too, because that's like, that was my childhood. That was the only movie theater we had in town, you know what I mean? So I have a lot of good memories of movies. It's sad.
Let's just buy it.
Hey, Legal Shield, figure it out. Let's do it.
Oh, but yeah, so I've actually just been tracking for the last month. Like, I just realized I need a new notebook because it's July, but I've just been writing prayer, like starting my days off really prayer, meditation, and then reading my Bible, and then doing my personal development for my audio, my workout, and my reading. And it's just been life-changing. Like, this month has been one of the most fun-filled, happy months, but also like focused with my mind, and just I think starting that with your clarity in the morning has made a huge difference in my life. Just tracking it in a little cheap notebook so I can see like, oh, if I'm not feeling a certain way today, I can look and see like what I didn't do.
Okay, so I was gonna say, so you make like a checklist every day, basically,
Yeah.
of like your things that you need to do for you.
Just write it down with a little box, and I check the box, just my 5 things every morning. And I've tried all these different expensive planners and different systems and tracking, and this dollar store notebook has changed my life.
That's pretty intriguing though too, because I feel like actually in the last like month or few months, it's actually been a very challenging time for people. So to hear someone come in and say like, it's been one of the best months that I've had, or like a very growing month, that's something really nice and positive to hear.
I know, I feel like it's like been chaos for a lot of people, but for me it made me like have to like sit and actually focus, which is probably very good to reevaluate things in my life and things, and I'm like, yeah, it was pretty good for me too, actually.
Yeah, no, that's really cool that you take the time for yourself too.
Yeah, because we're like constantly like being forced to keep going. Like we're such a busy culture, And I think like the fact that we all like were forced to halt for like 3 months made us all be like, let's reevaluate ourselves and what we like out of our life and what we want our lives to be.
Right.
So,
Yeah. I slowed everything down, and I definitely had like a freak out session for a minute. When
Yeah.
everything, like, I present benefits to groups of people, and there were no longer groups of people to present to. So I shifted how I do everything, virtually, of course. But in that time, I'm like, there's so much more time in the day when you're just doing Zooms instead of physical lunch meetings and going out to all these events. So I think really just exactly what you said, taking introspection and finding out what we want to go back to and what is really important in our life. I've really honed in on that over the last few months. So it's unfortunate everything that's happening in the world, but for my mindset, it's been a kind of a blessing to reevaluate.
How do you get over the guilt of like taking that time for yourself? Because I feel like that's I guess I can only speak for me, but sometimes, you know, taking that time, like you said, to check the things off of your list that make you feel good and that make you feel whole and happy. You know, I'm really good at being like, oh, well, I could be doing this instead. So I don't necessarily always fuel myself with things because I feel guilty about taking the time to nourish myself.
Stop feeling guilty.
But how do you get over that? You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
how do you etch out that time and be like, I just don't care?
Well, if you're better, then everyone around you is going to be better. So, like, if you're taking that time for self-care, then you're going to be a better wife. You're going to be a better mom. You're going to be a better, more effective in your business and be able to do everything better, which gives you more time. So, for me, it's just so important to check those things off first because then everything else is going to come. And I feel good checking it off, and then I have more time to focus on my kid. Like, in my business, really time blocking, but it has to start with that morning routine for me. And I've even, like, when everything was busy in life, I was waking up at 5, and now I've been sleeping in and still getting so much done in a day.
Okay.
So I mean, everything I do in my morning can be done in an hour, maybe an hour and a half with a workout. But so it's not a whole lot of time, but if you put it there first, then I think everything in the day flows better.
Yeah,
So it's worth it, worth the commitment.
that's a very good point.
I think part of what holds us back is like, not necessarily we give ourselves peer pressure, and it's like you said, like feeling guilty, like that's part of the thing. Like, don't feel guilty for taking care of yourself.
No, totally. And actually, like, my husband he's one of the best ones about like, go do something for yourself. Like, why don't you go do this? And it is funny that I totally agree with you, Sarah, that you said we put a lot of the expectations on ourselves. No one else is necessarily expecting you to do it, but I'm going to call it a recovering perfectionist. Not that I've been great at everything, but I always want to be. I don't know if it's the Leo in me or what, but you know, if I'm going to do something, I want to do it right. So you're right. The pressure on yourself it can be a little great. So I'm going to have to take some time. It just stinks too I get up at 4:30 every morning to like get ready to go to work.
You.
That's because I have to.
Mornings. I'm very proud of you. Like, I'm literally like, I couldn't do that. I'm impressed.
Well, so that's why, like, sometimes when I'm like, man, if I could just get up like 30 minutes earlier to like meditate or do this or that.
But you're in so early.
Exactly.
Yeah. But maybe finding out, like, with your schedule so different, maybe it's an hour in the afternoon before you go to being a mom and doing all the mom stuff. You go to a yoga class before you go home, or take some time to read or listen to something. Like,
totally.
Drive Time University, you literally spending the time you drive to work, listening to the positive YouTube or positive audiobook. Podcasts, yeah. That is really good time that you don't take anything else out of your day. You're using your drive time.
Right, you're already going to do it anyway. So she's something special, guys. Like I was saying, if you, how do we find you? Do you have any upcoming events? I mean, I know life is kind of getting back to a version of normal, so.
All my events are on Zoom. I do a Wednesday night Zoom meeting regularly just to inform people about what we do with Legal Shield. So if anybody wants that information, you can contact me, you can text me, call me. My number is 530-339-5029. Unless you're a creeper, don't do that.
And please don't.
I'm like looking at her like, should I put my number on the radio?
Yeah,
But,
why not?
or Sarah Beck. Find me on Facebook. I have a business page and a personal page, and love to just make new friends and expand my networks on social media as well. Legal Shield Sarah on Insta.
And she's just super fun. She's a great energy to be around. So definitely somebody that, you might want to follow and reach out to. So thank you so much for sitting down with us tonight.
Thank you for having me. This has been so fun, ladies.
Yeah, the hour flies like always, but it's
And
been...
it always feels so long. You sit down and you're like, oh, wait, it's over? What?
Right? But it has been really nice, and you are super inspiring, and you're a great energy to be around. So thank you for making my evening, and hopefully everyone else's. And Sarah, you too. I always love being around you, our little resident unicorn. And thanks to all of the people who've tuned into the show tonight. Hopefully you guys will continue to tune in next week. We're here every Tuesday from 6 to 7.
We are Women of Vision.